Good morning. I wanted to talk to you about making Christmas trees or holiday trees or whatever you want to call. You're going to be making 3 of them. They all have to be different heights. The smallest must be 5 inches tall, okay? Then you have 3 more. So you could go 5, 7, and 9, let's say. Okay, first of all, what you're going to do is you're going to do a coil. We're not going to have a bottom to it. And the reason why is that it's going to be able to fit over a light so that you're able to, it's like a luminary, okay? So when you're making these, we're going to be doing coil and on the first one. And if you wish to blend on the outside, you can, but you definitely have to blend on the inside to kind of help it stay together. So make sure that you score anywhere where you have clay connecting. You're going to put some slip or some water, press the coil onto the coil at the bottom, just like what you did when you did those coil pots, and then blend on the inside. Now as you go farther and farther, or get taller and taller, you're going to need to start taking these coils more towards the inside, so you're building a cone. Okay. And I'm going to show you some examples in the little PowerPoint stuff that you guys are Google slide thing that you're going to have. Okay. So make another one. And then what I mean by putting it more on the inside is you're actually going to take it and roll it towards the inside. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Let's see if we can. So it's being put more towards the inside. And as you come around, you're going to keep on going until you have a very, very tiny section where you can put a star or whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, so you're just going to keep on doing that. If you find your clay is getting dry, make sure you put water. Take your dowel rods that you use for making your walls. You can poke holes in your clay just like this all over and put water in those holes so that the water gets inside the clay body and starts to rehydrate your stuff, because this is a little hard, but that's okay. All right, so this is one example of how you could do your trees. Another example is you can take, this clay is pretty hard. Okay, I'm just going to take a little bit. Roll it out. Now remember, thickness counts on everything. So you want to make sure that your clay is the same thickness throughout. We're going to tear this little booger off. Okay, so you want to go about 1/4 inch. Okay, if you can see that thickness. All right, so what I did is I made a cone. It's just out of regular paper. And this is another reason why you want this to be so thin, because when you add it onto your clay, you add your clay body onto this, you don't want it to be so thick that it's going to collapse. That would be bad. Okay, so we're gonna take some of this off. You may have to cut these like little corners, these little shark mouth here, but you can take this and close it over slip and score. And if you have an area here, you could take clay and patch it in. But you want to make sure that you are blending. And then when this becomes hard enough, you're able to take this off, and it should be able to stand on its own once you trim it up. Now just remember, you are not putting a bottom onto these, because you're going to be able to actually slip it over a battery candle or something like that. So you'll have like your first little tree, or your smallest tree. But make sure you fill that in. Now, once this gets hard, leather hard, you're going to be able to create designs in here however you want. You could make stars. Something else you could do is take a pair of scissors and cut, and then bring it up just a little bit so it almost looks like one of the tree limbs. Okay, and you have to be careful. Now if you go through, you go through. That's not a big deal. But you can bring these up a little bit so it looks like the little branches. Okay, I would alternate them, stagger them, so it doesn't look so formal. Okay, but definitely wait until this is leather hard. And then you could also, with your tree, is if you want it to look a little bit more holiday-ish or whatever, you could make little balls of clay, like little ornaments. You can score your area, score on the little ball, make sure you put lots of slip, and then you could put it on there, and then make sure, I would probably twist it in there so that it will grab hold. And then once these are fired, we're going to be able to glaze these, and it's going to look really rather cool. So like I said, you're going to be making 3 of these. You could do 1 out of the coil, you could do 1 out of the cone, and then your last one you could do a combination, however you wanted to do with the hand building. Okay, so we're actually going to make this like into a competition, because I'm going to have ceramics 2, 3, 4, and 1 do this. Okay, so you will have to put your name on the yes, I'm at school. You will have to put your name on the inside. Okay, so this is just basic hand building. Once again, watch your thickness. You don't want it to get too thick. So if you have questions or concerns, or you need more clay, make sure you contact me so that I know and I can get stuff ready for you. Okay, so we're still going to November 30th. That's when we're supposed to come back, so let's knock on wood and hope so. Also, make sure that you are going in every morning, Monday through Friday, and doing that attendance, because if you do not, it will count against you. Okay, I don't think some people quite understood that from other classes, and I know you guys did, but they asked us to say that to everybody, just to make sure. So that's it for today. I will check in with everybody later on the week to make sure that we're good, and if I need to put more clay up there in the office. Okay? All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.